Hi everybody, it's James here. Welcome to another evening video, Sunday evening. Doing this one live, but I'm doing it's a bit strange. I'm streaming live, but I've got it set to private, and that's just an experiment really. So once I've finished recording, I'll set it to public, and then people will be able to see it. Wanted to keep it quite short. That's the main reason. If I go live properly, then I'm interacting with comments and everything, and even though that's really nice, it does have a habit of elongating the video, shall we say. So just a quickie, hopefully anyway, and hope everybody's doing good. Quite funny tonight. Rick Astley is playing a gig, maybe about half a mile from my house. So I've been listening out to see if I can hear him, and so that should be quite interesting. He could start up at any moment. Anyway, so let us, without further ado, I'll show you three CDs I've been listening to this week. Now, just a word of apology. I haven't managed to get any time this week to listen to anybody's recommendations. So I'll save that for next week and hopefully get a couple done next week. So please do keep sending your recommendations in, and I will get to them, I promise. I've been listening to loads of vinyl this week and it's been taking up my time, but I have been listening to a few things on CD. So let us have a look. So the first thing I'll show is this. This is Junior Mervyn, Police and Thieves, and I was listening to this really because we lost Lee Scratch Perry. Was it last week? And I was going through my collection trying to find things that I knew he'd produced, and this is one of the things I have on CD. Reasonably recent purchase. I picked this up maybe 3 or 4 months ago, and I was struggling to find a copy of it. Like all these kind of legendary reggae albums, difficult to find. On vinyl, you can completely forget it. Even on CD, it was crazy prices until I found this one on eBay. So this album, obviously, there's a very famous punk connection. The Clash covered the song "Police and Thieves," which, obviously, in its original incarnation, it was a song about gang violence, street violence in Jamaica. Obviously, it became synonymous really with the Clash's depiction of urban violence in London, the Notting Hill Carnival, etc., etc. So that's quite interesting. But of course, the Clash's version has got that kind of great abrasive punkiness. Junior Mervyn was really influenced by Curtis Mayfield, and his voice is almost eerily like Curtis's at times. He's got a kind of keening falsetto. It sounds almost kind of androgynous, very mellow, very gentle, and but of course, the words and the lyrics and the message are all to do with political and social problems, and it's quite deep in terms of the lyrical content. It's quite socially and politically committed. But the music itself, I guess, Curtis Mayfield was the same. He had this, very gentle, dreamlike vocal delivery, and yet he also was very concerned with, politics and social upheaval. So interesting parallel. But anyway, to cut a long story short, I wanted to listen to something that had the classic Lee Scratch Perry production. This album is one of 3. I think it was dubbed the Holy Trinity. This one, and you've got Max Romeo, War in a Babylon, which I also have. Now, the third one in the series was the Heptones Party Time, and that is one that I can't get hold of. I can't find it, either on CD or vinyl. But all 3 of them are meant to kind of make up this kind of loose trilogy of records, and I can't speak for the Heptones one because I've not really heard it, but this one and the Max Romeo one, they both have this absolutely classic Lee Scratch Perry production. Now, I'm no expert in dub reggae. You want to be watching Doug Fat City Vinyl to get the lowdown on that, but it has that kind of murky sound. It sounds like you're kind of listening to music through this dense fog of ganja smoke, and no idea how he achieved the sounds that he achieved technically. But it sounds to me like he's kind of bleached out a lot of the treble frequencies. It has that really kind of compressed sound that you get where it's all bass essentially, and really interesting sound. Just I do find Junior Mervyn's voice and his delivery and the tunes on this album, to listen to it in one go, he's a bit one note for me. it gets a bit repetitive. But certainly it was nice to revisit this one. Like I said, it's not that long ago since I bought it, so I thought that would be a nice one to check in with, just in terms of having lost Lee Scratch Perry this week. So that's that one, and this next one totally different. Not sure why I picked this one out this week, but I did. This is Amy Mann and the album I'm With Stupid. And this one, just a really great album, just a really good pop album. Amy Mann is a singer-songwriter, American singer-songwriter who doesn't get a lot of attention. I don't see a lot of people talking about her. I see some people talking about her, Shannon and a couple of other people, but I don't hear a lot about her. She doesn't have a particularly large discography, and originally she was the bass player in the band Till Tuesday. She went solo. I originally cottoned onto her because she did some work with Difford and Tilbrook from Squeeze. In fact, they feature on this album. There's a song on this album. Can't remember which one it is, but there was a song on this album in which Glenn Tilbrook and Chris Difford from Squeeze make an appearance on backing vocals, and just instantly recognizable. You hear that kind of high voice, low voice octave thing going on. It jumps out at you. But she's great friends of theirs, I think, and they've appeared live together. I think she was on their Unplugged, their MTV Unplugged performance, which was the first ever Unplugged performance ever on MTV. Little side note. Anyway, so this album, really good, really concise, cleverly constructed pop songs, rock songs with a lyrical. She's got a real kind of lyrical outlook on the world. One of those singer-songwriters with a definite, slight sort of ironic take on things. Always interesting to listen to, and just fantastic songs. My favorite song on this album is the second one, Choice in the Matter, which has got a kind of almost a kind of sub-pop kind of grungy kind of sound on the guitars. And what year did this come out? 1995. So it may well have been influenced by the Seattle scene. I don't know. I mean, it's not heavy. It's not heavy, grunge Seattle. It's definitely kind of, pop rock, quite radio friendly, but just really nicely done. Just a nice selection of pop rock songs by a really talented singer-songwriter. So it was nice to revisit that, and I must check out her other records. Like I said, she doesn't have a particularly large discography, but I don't have any other records by her, so that's something I need to check on with and get on with. Right, so finally, not going to talk too long about this. I got this through the post yesterday, or was it the day before? This is Voodoo Lounge by the Stones. Do check out Calico Silver. Jeff has just done a review of this album, which I watched just prior to listening to the album, and I bought it because I've never owned it. I saw the Stones on this tour. I saw them on the Voodoo Lounge tour, but for some reason I just didn't buy the album. I don't know why. And it's pretty good. It's all right. It's too long. It comes from that period where albums were too long. There's some filler on it, but there's also some good stuff. The opening track, Love Is Strong, is good. You Got Me Rockin' is a really good song, but at the time, I used to have a CD single of the Paul Oakenfold remix of that, and it was absolutely stonking. It was just one of those fantastic kind of mid-90s dance records. If you can track it down or, listen to it online, definitely do so. It's really, really good. It's kind of like not acid house, but sort of techno house music version of the Stones. Really good. And like Jeff was saying in his video, this album is like a mixture. There's kind of rootsy Stones stuff, there's pop songs, there's a few slightly off the wall things that are perhaps a bit more country, a bit more mellow. It's definitely not a great album, but it was just one that I wanted to get into the collection because I didn't have it. So anyway, there's going to be some Stones content coming up on the channel in the next few weeks, hopefully. So watch out for that. Right, that'll do. I think it's come on in at just under 10 minutes, so that's fine. I can't do any editing with this because it'll just be going live when I set it to live. So hope you enjoyed it. Sorry again that there were no recommended listens this week, but I'll try and get to that in the next few days. Okay, I'm back at work now, so things are starting to get a bit more. It's getting a little bit more difficult to focus on the music, but I'm going to try and stay true to it and do my best to stay focused on getting some content out there. So that's it for now. Take care. I will see you all soon. Bye bye.